So one of the reasons I don't like this camp, so there was the food hang, and there was somebody camped right there. And then there was a second one over here, which I'm willing to bet you money a bear could defeat if it really wanted. So I obviously didn't record anything in camp this morning because there were people all around. I spent most of the night with earplugs in, listening to those with the really, really loud air mattresses making noise all around me. It was fun chatting with people like those section hikers back there when I got there in this morning. But see, the thing is, I really like camp at the end of the day. Getting into my tent, having all my stuff, making dinner, watching my shows, stuff like that. And I can't do most of that in a busy camp like that. My phone stopped accepting headphones unless I managed to find a Bluetooth pair somewhere. So I basically just had to eat and go to bed. The good news is I basically have 2 more nights in Yellowstone in these developed campsites, and then I am into the Tetons and free and clear. I know at least some of the other thru hikers that were camped at Summit last night were leaving early because I guess there is a continental breakfast at Old Faithful. I am all about hot town food, but I'm having a hard enough time maintaining my pace at the moment that I'm not going to push it like that. Plus, that would have ruined my morning coffee. So I am now in Wyoming for the next 500 miles or so, in Yellowstone for the next couple of days. And the good news is after that long dry day yesterday, I should have water sources very reasonably for the next section. I think the next dry part isn't until I get through the winds and I'm going across the basin. So you might wonder why, if I have such a grudge against the developed sites, I'm not just running off into the woods half a mile and, dispersed camping out there. And the answer is, honestly, I'm just a rule-following sort of personality, generally, especially in a case like with the Rangers, where I agree with what they're trying to do as far as managing impact, etc. I'm not really worried about being alone in bear country, obviously. And if I was to camp over there, you would not be able to tell where I had camped the next day. I don't leave any trash behind, etc., etc. But still, unless it's a completely ridiculous rule, I'm the one that usually goes the extra step, gets the permit, etc., etc. I do know that others are illegally dispersed camping out here, and that's kind of on them. So this morning I have about 10 miles into Old Faithful, where if I was smart, I would be buying additional snacks. I ended up finding so many things at the supermarket in West Yellowstone. I made the dumb call to just, instead of just buying dinners there and a couple of days of snacks, just buy everything. On the plus side, after 2 heavy days, now things are starting to feel a little better. I may stop for lunch, charge my battery for a little while, and then I have another 14 miles to get to another of these damn developed campsites. And I don't have a lot of hope that it's going to be any better than what I found last night. Rumor has it, not everybody who was there last night may have actually been permitted to camp there. But at least from what I was told by the permit office, basically each site is for one group normally. But when somebody specifies they are a CDT hiker, they will basically stack other CDT hikers in that site. They do have some sort of capacity, because people were told Summit Lake was full last night, but they claim that they'll put 10, 11 people in one of those sites. Incidentally, if I had done the max in route, basically you stay legally at the border of Yellowstone back there, where you can still camp, and that's maybe, 10 miles back, and you do an 18-mile day into Old Faithful Village, at which point you can talk to them there about a permit and figure out the rest of your itinerary. I don't have to do that just because, again, I took the red line, and so I went into West Yellowstone and talked to the guy there. And when I was chatting with him during the permit process, the guy was saying there was actually a proposal to just designate a few sites along the CDT as CDT sites, and then people could come through and just stay there freely without having to worry about all of this permit hassle. Granted, a lot of the permit hassle is on their end because they're having to juggle paperwork around. That would be a kind of nice change, but my guess is this trail is going to be getting busier and busier, same as the AT and the PCT have been lately. So they'd probably hit overflow issues no matter what they do. Just ran into my first Yellowstone day hikers. For the record, I was making great time and rocking out to music till I ran into them and promptly sat there talking for like 25 minutes. See, I don't have Taters with me to sit there and like roll her eyes, sigh loudly, and then take off to kind of prod me forward. Oh, that is a beautiful sight. And that's the Yellowstone I remember. People and boardwalks. That makes me think of a hot tub. I mean, it'd probably melt you, but yeah. Ah, the stench of civilization. I am a connoisseur of awesome warning signs, and this is a pretty awesome warning sign. So I am pretty sure I have way more food than I need, considering I'm not eating anything this morning because somebody mentioned a burger and beer to me, and now that's all I can think about. And just like looking at a Cliff Bar. And of course, these signs have to be everywhere.
On the recommendation of a Gut Hook comment, I stopped at the Old Faithful Basins store.
I think maybe I should have gotten two.
They really like CDT hikers there, and when they found out I was hiking the trail, they gave me a free special dessert, which was basically a cinnamon bun plus really awesome ice cream.
That was both amazing and the sort of thing I think I may regret before the day is over. So this is Old Faithful, which is supposed to erupt within a half hour, but I've got too many miles to do today. So apparently, as far as tourists in the park, the numbers are down 30%. Somebody I was talking to earlier today was saying due to the whole park getting damaged and closed down briefly, a lot of people have been staying away. Still plenty of bloody people around there. Hey there, buddy. So I just thought I heard hooves, but no, there are just little gurgling thermal areas right beside the trail. Guess you really got to watch it if you go off to dig a cat hole, huh? Major trail work going on. We even got an active geyser eruption up here. All the things. Wow. Man, things keep getting really, really pleasant. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, mosquito central. Well, that went from bad to worse to all of a sudden being ankle deep in muck to, oh my God, where the hell are my mosquito layers? Really quickly. How bad are the mosquitoes? Put rain gloves on bad. Okay, and I am just about to the Moose Creek campsite. See how many people I'm sharing it with tonight. And this is me. Sweet, deluxe accommodations tonight. You know, other than I have to use that in mosquitoes. So I see stuff, I see hung food, and I see no people. Also, I'm pretty sure that means one of these guys is probably a ranger. So I did find 2 tents. They are actually spread way the heck out. So I followed suit. So I am going to have relative privacy tonight. And yet again, why I don't like these enforced mileage camps. I had something weird going on with my heel, had it taped, but obviously when I had to go through that bog, it stopped working, and I didn't notice it felt much different till I took my shoe off. This could be a management issue for a while now. And sure enough, there's a Park Service survey crew here. He saw me up watching the Stranger Things finale and came over and said hi. He was actually surprised I was in this site because they didn't realize they were letting CDTers in here, but I did have my paper permit with me, so yeehaw. Anyway, home sweet home for the night.